Hi, boys and girls. It's Mrs. Berbes. This week, our focus is the CVCE pattern, which is a consonant, vowel, consonant, and a silent or magic E at the end. All right, so when a vowel, which is right here, and a final E, right here, are separated by a single consonant, which is right here, the first vowel becomes long. So it makes the long vowel sound, and that final E is silent. Okay, so I did a little chart to kind of give you some examples. So right on this side, we have our CVC words, which are going to be the short vowels. And over here, we have with that magic E or that silent E, so our CVC with that silent E, and that's going to make this vowel become long and say its name. So our first word is can. We hear the short A and an. And then over here, when you add that magic E, it says ain, cane. All right, so our next word, we have slid, slid. So we hear the short I sound. And then over here, when we add that magic E, we hear slide, slide. So that magic E's making that I say its name. All right, so our word over here, the CVC side, is hug, hug. So you hear that short U sound. And when you add that magic E, we hear huge, huge. We hear the long U sound. Okay, so our CVC words, the vowel is the short vowel sound. But when you add that magic E makes that vowel say its name, as in ain, slide, huge, huge. Okay, so our focus for the week is the CVC with that silent or magic E. Okay, so our first word is same. Okay, so aim. So we have that silent E, which is going to make that vowel say its name, as in same. And if we took off the E, it would say sam, sam. It would have the short vowel sound. But when you add the E, the vowel says its name, aim, and that E is silent. Okay, so I'm going to say a word, you're going to repeat the word, and then I'm going to use the word in a sentence. So our first word is same. What word? Blake and Charles like the same game. The next word is cave. What word? The black bear lived in the dark cave. The next word is lake. What word? The girls flew a kite down by the lake. The next word is hike. What word? We saw a snake on our hike. The next word is spike. What word? We named our puppy Spike. The next word is slide. What word? Kate went down, whoopsies. Kate went down the slide at the park. The next word is throne. What word? The king will sit on his magical throne. The next word is slope. What word? Mike went really fast down the ski slope. The next word is spoke. What word? He spoke to his teacher in a polite tone. The next word is huge. What word? The kids saw a huge elephant at the zoo. The next word is Jane. What word? Jane had a sleepover at her friend's house. All right, so now we're on to our tier 2 words, and these are words that you will see in our story that you may not be familiar with. All right, so our first word is spike. Okay, spike, a long, thin rod that ends in a point and is often made of metal. So there are spikes on top of the fence. The climbers drove metal spikes into the ice, or a railroad spike. Definition number 2, a sudden, rapid increase in something. There's been a spike in traffic since the new grocery store opened. And then definition number 3, a metal point attached to the bottom of shoes worn by athletes in some sports. So I need to replace the spikes on my golf shoes. Okay, our next tier 2 word is throne. The special chair for a king, queen, or other powerful person. The king sat on his throne. And then the next word is slope. Ground that slants downward or upward, ground that slopes. So they climbed the steep slope. An area of land on a mountain that is used for skiing. Then definition number 2, an upward or downward slant. Okay, so on to our story, the hike. Spike and Jane took a hike to a cave. They passed a huge lake on the hike. On the hike, Spike and Jane hiked up a huge slope. At the top of the slope was the cave. Spike and Jane went in the cave. In the back of the cave was a throne. Spike sat on the throne and spoke, "I am king." Jane did the same and spoke, "I want to be queen." Jane and Spike played king and queen in the cave for a long time. When they got sick of the king and queen game, they left the cave to hike home. Spike and Jane looked down the hill they hiked up. The slope looked like a huge slide. Jane and Spike slid down the slope. They went so fast that they landed in the lake. Splash! All right, so now it is your turn. See if you can think of any more CVC with that silent E or magic E words. Then write them down and send the list to your teacher through Class Dojo or email. All right, hope you have a great day. See you on Wednesday.